Hello, fellow classmates. Today I will be talking to you about what homeopathy is, its decline, and about two specific scenarios of two individuals, their stories, and what homeopathy remedies are recommended for them. Let's get started. So today I will be starting by talking about what homeopathy is. Homeopathy is based on a concept called the law of similars. The law of similars states that a substance that causes, in a healthy person, symptoms similar to those of a diseased state can cure a person in that diseased state. This can be supported by Hahnemann's research study. Hahnemann decided to put cinchona to the test, which is used to treat malaria. He took overdoses of a drug and then noted the results. He started to notice all these symptoms and then concluded that cinchona did cause him the symptoms of malaria, but he had not acquired the disease. And also that this remedy could also cure a person with malaria. This assured him that cure can be achieved through the use of similars. Now let's talk about the decline of homeopathy. Okay, so although homeopathy seems to be the perfect alternative medicine for ill patients, there started to be a decline in homeopathy practices. Here are some reasons why that happened. One reason that I truly believe there was a decline in homeopathy in the United States is that there has been new allopathic drugs and techniques developed. These conventional medicines, such as Advil, are quicker in its effects and of making them preferable by the communities. The second reason would be that these new allopathic medicines are very easily obtainable and financially lucrative, making homeopathy less used. The third reason why homeopathy use has decreased would be that there has been many social pressures against the practice, such as the American Medical Association, which was made by mostly allopaths. In 1918, there was a great white plague in which homeopaths had a death rate of only 1.05% compared to allopaths who had 30% death rates, a big difference. This made the allopathic physicians go against homeopathy because they felt threatened by the opposing superior results in therapeutic success. The MAA banned all contact with homeopaths, forcing many homeopaths to stop practicing because of these social pressures. Okay, let's go on to the first scenario. This is my sister, Ruby Mendoza. She is 15 years old. Last November in recess at her school, she was playing volleyball outside. As she went after a ball that had gone near the kids who were playing soccer, she suddenly got hit on the side of her head with a soccer ball. She lost consciousness for a couple minutes, and days later, she began to experience symptoms of what a concussion is. We then went to the hospital, and sure enough, she did have a concussion. Till this day, she still has chronic headaches. She was prescribed allopathic medicine, but instead of helping her, she was experiencing more headaches. Ruby decided to stop taking these medicines and let her own body heal itself. Her headaches decreased in intensity after a couple of weeks, but she's still having these headaches. Another thing that happened to her is that she was recently at her volleyball game, and she jumped, and as she fell down, she fell on her ankle. Her ankle began to swell a little, and she began to have excruciating pain. We took her to the hospital, and sure enough, they gave her pain medication. With time passing by, she was able to walk again, but her pain is still there. It's not as excruciating as before, but it's a mild pain. So I went to the Materia Medica, and according to her symptoms, I was able to find these homeopathy medicines. As you can see on the slides, these are the options for homeopathy medicines that were recommended by the Materia Medica. So as I was going down the list, I saw that Arnica montana was the best option for her. This is because of its great properties, such as its anti-inflammatory property, which would help her with her bruises and her pains that she experienced when she fell on her ankle. And arnica montana would also help her to heal her bruised brain tissue and also with her headaches. I can support this by talking to you about a study that was done to show the efficacy of arnica on bruising. A successful randomized clinical trial showed that an ointment of 20% by weight of arnica montana and petroleum base applied sparingly twice a day for 2 weeks to a lesser induced bruise about 1 centimeter in diameter speeded clinical resolutions of bruising in both a 30% by weight transdermal gel and a 40% by volume aqueous solution, produced a yet more accelerated resolution of bruising with a reduction of bruising to a minimal of 9 days for treatment versus 14 days for a placebo. So this is the second scenario. This is Daniel Fierro, my boyfriend, who has been deployed and I have been with him for a little bit over 2 years. Being away from him has been really tough for the both of us. It has taken a toll on him a little bit more because he is also away from the comfort of his home and the closeness of his family. He began to have headaches, loss of sleep, lack of energy, and also feelings of sadness. It truly hurts me to see him going through this because I truly care for him, which is something that most soldiers also go through when they get deployed. So I decided to go once again to the Materia Medica because it is a reliable source and would give me the most precise information. As you can see here are some homeopathy medications that were recommended by the Materia Medica according to his main symptoms. So as I was looking down the list, I found that Pulsatilla nigricans was the best option for him. This is because of its sedative properties, which would help him with treating his emotional symptoms. To support my thought on Pulsatilla, I found a case study to showcase its benefits. There was a patient who was going through some sort of depression and was giving homeopathically 30 C's of Pulsatilla. Then they checked in with her after 24 hours. They found that her anxiety had disappeared and her depression was much better. So I would like to wrap this up by first of all saying that homeopathy in medicine is such an amazing form of alternative medicine. I truly believe that more people should start taking part of it and start practicing it. I would like to leave you off with this quote, and I will read it off. The highest ideal of cure is the rapid, gentle, and permanent restoration of health. That is the lifting and annihilation of the disease in its entire extent in the shortest, most reliable, and least disadvantageous way, according to clearly realizable principles. This was quoted by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, who was the father of homeopathy. Thank you.